What's up? So, in this video, I want to talk about content, how to make content that converts, and all of the mistakes that I have made when it comes to content. Oof, so many mistakes. So many. I think content in itself is one of the things that human beings are the most prone to making mistakes in, because you're always seeing someone else and what they're creating and what they're doing, and that pulls you off track. So as a creator, one of your biggest problems is creating, not consuming, and staying in your own lane. But anyway, my first experience with content, my beautiful experience with content, was in 2020 when I partnered up with a fitness influencer and we built a multi-six-figure business in just 8 months approximately. And we did it through organic content. And I saw the power of content, how powerful it is to just write words that get people to take action, give you money, but at the same time change their lives. And that experience was amazing. In every way, shape, or form, I saw how one story with a poll under it where people can vote yes or no can make you $10,000. Crazy. I've never believed that was possible because I come from a poor family. So seeing that being possible, how? And then after I exited this business, I left everything for my partner. I went on my own way, and some people that I knew started asking me questions. So how did you do it? What did you do? What did you implement? What was the strategy? And this is where I fell. Over the next couple of years, so I think 2020 to 2022, 3-ish, I started being pulled by all of those different strategies because, well, now people are asking me, there's pressure on me to perform. So I need to give them the most updated format or a strategy for content, the system, the flow. And then 2023 came along, and I was like, we're gonna stop all of that. I was burnt out. I didn't like the business. I didn't like the people that I was working with. I didn't like the people that I attracted because in my content, I wasn't authentic. I wasn't real, and people were following a version of me. So what do you think happened when people followed a version of me? They bought a version of me, not the whole me. So when people didn't buy the whole me, I didn't like working with those people. I didn't like delivering to those people. So I stopped and I went back to refocus everything that I'm gonna teach you and I'm gonna share with you when it comes to content. And since then, we have made a lot of money with content. In the past couple of months, I really don't know the exact date, but we've made $196,000 in total for clients, not for myself, which is amazing, just through content. So with that said, what are the mistakes that I've done with content that you could really just avoid? And I'm gonna start with one of the easiest ones that we all fall into. And it's the most boring one. There's something called the Dunning-Kruger effect. The Dunning-Kruger effect basically states that the people who are new, they overestimate. So they flex, they think that they know everything, and they talk with complete confidence. And the people who are experts, they feel that they know nothing. So they don't share and they're reserved. One of the biggest mistakes that I've done with my content on multiple different platforms is that I've always felt that I wasn't enough. That what I knew was not enough. And because of that, I always try to look at others. What are they doing? What are they building? What are they creating? And I started sharing very superficial stuff just for the sake of pleasing the market. Because I, as an expert who had exited the business and made a lot of money, didn't see my own value. And this is the number one mistake that I have done, which is I haven't actively worked on myself, to see my own value and to express my own value. And because of that, it reflected directly into my content. It reflected directly into the results that my content created, which led to the biggest issue: working with people that you just don't want to work with. You're trying to be someone that you're not. You're gonna attract people that buy that person, that version of you. You're trying to please people. Now, when those people come into your world, they get to see everything about you. So if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, if you're a creator, when someone works with you, he gets to see your entire spectrum, your jokes, the funny you, the angry you, the serious you. They get to see everything pretty much. Now, when you get clients who saw one version of you and now they come into your program and they see the entire spectrum of you, a lot of times you're gonna realize that there's a disconnect between you and the client. A lot of times you're gonna realize that this client, well, isn't taking action. This client sometimes is bringing a lot of problems to the table where you're like, wait a second, like we didn't agree on this. And they're just not gonna be a good fit client because of that very simple reason. Content's job is to show all of the aspects of you and who you are in the most authentic way, so that when people buy from you, they buy from you because of you. People buy into people before they buy into programs. Here's an idea. I can help you get to 10K per month. Someone else can help you get to 10K per month. Both of us can help you get to 10K per month. But if you're someone who values freedom, let's say, you value your relationships, you value your family, you're gonna follow me and go with me compared to someone who has no family, who works 15 hours a day and who doesn't want to sleep. Am I right? Is he wrong? No, it's just preferences. Some people who are hustle, they would want to work with that guy, but not with me. That's the goal of content. It's to express you so your people find you and want to work with you. Think about it as a lighthouse. A lighthouse shines its light and people flow to it. But you will not be able to do that if you are falling into the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is you know your stuff, but you're afraid to share your stuff. And you're always trying to be someone else. That's the first deepest mistake that I have been through with content. The second mistake with content is you believe something, but you don't say it. You believe that, for example, a lot of people come to me and they tell me, because I help people just generate clients, acquire clients, build their businesses, build multi-six-figure businesses. In the last 2 years, we've built 3 multi-six-figure coaches, which is an amazing experience to just work with people and helping others build their own empire. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. They take care of their families. They travel all around the world. Such an amazing experience. Anyway, I digress. So this is who I work with. And I get into conversations with a lot of people who are like, Arnold, I want to make sales, but I don't want to sound salesy. For the longest time in my content, I tried to not talk about this because I didn't want to offend people by telling them that, hey, look, if you want to make sales, but you're afraid to sound salesy, you're not going to make sales because you are projecting your own insecurities onto the people. If you are afraid to being sold to, don't you think that you're gonna be afraid to selling to? Which goes back to a bad relationship with money and money blocks and a lot of things that we could dive deep into if you want to work with me fundamentally, because I dive deep into the mind and the business. And I was afraid of talking about this because I didn't want to offend people or upset people. And then one day I had enough. I wrote a post on my Google Notes, literally, so zero planning, zero everything. Wrote a post, Google Notes, took it, throwed it on my socials. One of my best performing posts. Not metrics wise, so not engagement, likes, comments. Reach outs, revenues, people thinking in a different way. One of the biggest mistakes that we do is we try to suppress what we know is real because we want to please the market. We want to please others. I have done that for a long period of time. And here's why this is a big problem. That if you want to build a multi-six-figure business, you can't fall into that problem. Your audience is smart and they know. If they know what's right, they know what's wrong. They're not stupid. When you're trying to please them, they know that you're trying to please them. And maybe they won't know how to put it into words, but they just feel it. They just feel it. They feel that this guy is like, he's soft. He's not saying what needs to be said. He's not putting things into real perspectives. He's just like playing it soft, playing it small. Now, what do you think happens when you do that? Do you get people raising their hands? Do you get people reaching out? Do you get people wanting to work with you? Or it falls just like everyone else. You get people liking and commenting and that's it. Some of them are your family members. That's the second mistake with content. And I call this mistake the anti-guru. You want to be the anti-guru. You want to be the person who people go into their profile to get a sense of reality, to get a breath of fresh air, be like, oh, like I needed to hear that. You want to be the guy that people needed to hear, or the guy, it depends. So by doing that, if you combine number one, which is showing everything about you, with number two, speaking the truth and speaking reality, your content will have depth, will have a punch, will have power that it has never had before. The market is going to be like, wait, your energy shifted. Something is different about you. Like, what is it? And this is exactly what we want. This is exactly what we want. Number three. Once you start building this flow of content that is true, that is powerful, that has depth, that has meaning, you're gonna get more people interested in your work. And this one, I think I lost anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000 because of this mistake. Not having a next step, which is so obvious when you look at it, yet we all do it. And I'm not talking about the call to actions. Look, let's be real. When people like reply with the word, raise your hand, and people, how many times does it actually work? Like how many times do people actually reply with the word and actually get to work with you and pay you thousands of dollars? Every single person that has paid me thousands of dollars didn't come because of a small call to action at the end of the post to reply and raise your hand. No. What is the next step? What is the natural ecosystem that you have created for your content? What do I mean by that? Let me take a sip of coffee. If you haven't picked it up yet, I'm a coffee addict. It's one of my weaknesses. A lot of people post content as if it is the business. Content is part of your business. Content has two jobs and nothing else. Get eyeballs, demonstrate your expertise. Once the content can get eyeballs and it can demonstrate that you know what you're talking about, the content's job is done. It's done. Now it's the job of a sales system, of a marketing system on the back end to take those people and naturally convert them to a chat with you, to a call with you, to a lead, whatever it is. My biggest mistake for years doing content was posting content thinking that it is what's gonna get me sales, without realizing that content solves big problems, which is people not knowing you and now they know you, people not trusting you and now they trust you, people not feeling anything towards you and now they feel a lot of good things towards you. It solves the biggest things. But a lot of times those people are not going to reach out. Just like dating. A lot of times maybe you see a beautiful woman or you see a beautiful man if you're a woman and you're like, oh, They're beautiful. They're amazing. You look at them. You and like, this is the first time I saw my fiance. I was like, wow, she looks amazing. But if you don't initiate the step to go towards that person, or the person initiates the step, nothing's gonna happen, is it? It's the same thing with content. Your content should either create the environment where you can initiate the step with the person, or the person can initiate the step with you. Makes sense? You have to create an environment that is safe and that is welcoming, so that the person comes into your world, which is what we do, or where you can come into their world. When they engage, when they like, when they raise their hand, whatever happens, you can come into their world in a very respectful manner. Why? Because I hate cold DMs. I do not do cold DMs. I do not do cold outreach. I do not do those, hey, are you here for the content, or are you here because you want me to help you, whatever it is. Like, come on. I do not do all of that. So the content naturally has to create a next stage. Now, one of the biggest mistakes is having a calendar link, or having just random links to your offers to take people to take the next step with you. Look, here's the thing. Now, I'm not going to go into funnel engineering and customer journey engineering. If you want me, please comment down below and I'll actually make a video around funnel engineering. I don't mind. But the entire idea around funnel engineering and the journey engineering is that it has to be a sequential step of yeses. If someone comes into your world, they see your content, they like it, they click on your offer document, and as soon as they click on your offer document, it's like, hey, give me $5,000. You went from a small yes to a big yes. Impossible for it to happen. You want to go from small yes to a bit bigger yes, and then a bit bigger to a bit bigger. So what we do personally in my world, good content, leading people to a small resource or to a small thing where they don't have to raise their hand. It happens naturally by themselves. They opt in. This resource gets people, so a bigger yes. This resource gets people to either DM us, which is the thing that I prefer, either book a call with us. So it's a bigger yes. And then from the call, we go into the sale, which is a bigger yes. It's a sequential step of yeses where the person feels that it's a relationship. So he clicks on the resource, he gets something out of clicking on the resource. He books the call, he gets something out of the call. It's not like, this is my offer, pay me this, and then we get to work together. It rarely works. Rarely works. Cool? So, ecosystem building. It's an entirely different video, but it's one of my biggest mistakes, and it cost me a lot of time and a lot of money because I didn't know where I'm getting those people to go. It's like good content, done. That's it. Nothing else. From there, I think, I don't know, like I don't have any bullet points in front of me. So I think I'm gonna give you one more and that's it. And this one is, this one hurts. This one hurts in a lot of ways. I just had it on top of my mind and I forgot it. Give me a second. Yeah. This is something that for me and for my clients, when we work together, I built out backend systems to make sure that their implementation is consistent. One of the things that we have realized very early on with content, and I've realized it for myself, I am a creator at heart. So I'm someone, if you, like I have this journal in front of me, now it's blank, but it's always there. It's full of charts, drawings, stuff. I have post-it notes over here that's full of stuff, another post-it notes. I'm someone that if you put me to create stuff, I never finish. I'm a creator at heart. This is a gift, but it's also a curse at the same time. I think I wasted 3 years because of this. Because content, in the beginning, you're a mad scientist. Create. whatever you please, whatever you see, create. But then you have to shift your mindset from a mad scientist to an engineer. I was speaking to a couple of clients. One of them has approximately 13,000 YouTube subscribers about that. And his video got 400,000 views. And he was like, Arnold, why did this get 400,000 views? So we sat down, we reverse engineered everything to be able to implement it multiple times. And we did a couple of times re-implemented. And then his viewers just dropped again. And he sent a message on the group channel. He's like, my viewers dropped. I'm getting a lot of unsubscribes. What's happening? And I went onto his YouTube channel and I realized that he went back to the mindset of a mad scientist creator, where every post, every video, every idea is different. Everything is different. That's what a mad scientist does. A mad scientist, he tests. But there's a certain level where you reach when you're competent in your skills, when you have a good message, when you have a good offer, when you have a proper market, where your content should stop feeling like an experimentation or a science experiment, and it should feel like engineering. You're engineering. Every piece of content builds on top of the other one. Every piece of content has a purpose and has a place. You know which type of content works with your audience. You know which type of content doesn't. You know what resonates with your people. You know what doesn't resonate with your people. You know what they like to listen to and what they like to hear. You know what they don't like to listen to and what they don't like to hear. So now your content becomes like you understand the formats. You know what works for you. So your job is to just replicate it. Here's an example. For me, you love speaking heads talking heads because I like it too. For me, I open the camera, zero script, zero anything. I choose a topic that is relevant based on a couple of chats that I had with clients, and I could talk to you about it. For someone else's channel, it can be completely different because their audience, they love big production, quick cut videos, clear ideas, unscripted ideas. For someone else, it could be completely different too. On their channel, their people like to see stuff, visuals. So they're always drawing stuff, they're always mapping out stuff. So it's different for each person and their market and their channel. Even if it's in the same niche, it's different for people. So your job in the beginning is to be a mad scientist. Figure stuff out, but then transfer that mad science and this understanding that you've built into an engineering framework. What worked? How can we do more of it? What worked? How can we become obsessed about doing more of it? And by doing that, I'm thinking if I missed something, I'm sure that I would have missed a couple of pointers. But by doing that, your content would just completely different direction. Completely different direction. I've worked with hundreds of customers, 59 close one-on-one clients. Like I practically built their business with them. And from data, I could tell you that every single point that I just gave you in this video, if you implement it, take a screenshot of your analytics today and take your screenshot of your analytics in a month after implementing everything that I told you, and you will see what's gonna happen. You will see what's gonna happen. And if you build a proper marketing ecosystem and sales journey in the back end of it, you can also take a screenshot of your bank account and you will see what happens with your bank account. And if you want us to work on it, we could just, I don't know what I'm gonna put down there, find how we can work together. There's some link down below and you can see it. Cool. And that's it for today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, please. I would love to just create videos replying to your specific questions. And let me know if you like this format. And I'll see you in another one. Bye bye.